So different a la carte menus for you to pick up. China says, I'm not bothered with the world. I come up with my own new approach, which is a top-down heavy regulatory approach. Okay? You want to do AI in China? No problem. Please get prior approval from the Chinese authorities. You operate in China, you operate anywhere. If you're a Chinese company, please give all your data back to Chinese government. So that's one approach. There are other nations that are also coming up. For example, this year, in the last 6 months, we've seen some massive development. South Korea came up with a law on AI in February. Then we had a country like El Salvador, a small country in Latin America, coming up with a dedicated law on artificial intelligence. And now, the latest nation to join the bandwagon is Japan. Next slide. Japan has come up with its own approach. When I look at this 3 model approaches, you can quickly find out you are looking at 3 different models altogether. Whether it's a risk-based model, or it's a top-down model, or whether it's an algorithmic responsibility model as we go forward. So, the choices are for countries to make. Shall we go the US way, the EU way, or the China way? That's the classical question that majority of the 190 plus countries are still facing as we go forward. Next slide. US is currently now more focused on innovation. And I think that's one approach that a lot of countries resonate with. Let's not regulate AI. Let's give them maximum kind of a leeway. It's only when it reaches a substantial level of maturity, we will now then regulate it. Let the industry regulate. So they are actually following the cyber model. The cyberspace model was, when cyberspace came across, countries did not know how cyber is going to come up. So they did not think about the importance of cyber. Consequently, we found out that for almost a decade and a half, countries were not willing to work on regulating of cyberspace. That's the reason cyber grew so much. The American approach is trying to ventilate the same thought process that was done in the context of the cyber ecosystem. But then right now, the new changes are even more dramatic. The AI safety institutes are now being renamed as Center for AI Standards and Innovation. They are scraping off the AI diffusion rule restriction for powerful microchips. Of course, they are saying GPUs will not go out of America. We will use the export control mechanism to ensure that we continue to be the IT or the AI superpower as we go forward. Next slide. Where does India stand? The Honorable Secretary did tell us what the vision of India is. But when I look at the landscape, I realize that the Indian approach is still a wait-and-watch approach. And the reason for this is, well, we don't have a law on artificial intelligence yet. That does not mean that we have not worked on AI. NITI Aayog 2018 came up with a national strategy on artificial intelligence. The government has set up the Indian AI mission, which is aiming to propagate and encourage the use of technologies like AI. And of course, post Prime Minister Narendra Modi's address at AI Action Summit in Paris, there's now a new trend to be more open towards self-regulation, towards minimal regulation. So Prime Minister Narendra Modi gave a new gift to the world in February this year. When at the time the world was only talking about accountable AI, responsible AI, ethical AI, transparent AI, Pradhan Mantri Narendra Modi gave up with the concept of sustainable AI, where he married artificial intelligence with sustainability. And I think amongst all the concepts of AI, sustainable AI is one of the biggest and the most significant concepts. So today, if you have, like in the morning, I was talking about this case where this student decided to demolish his parents and was going to AI for coming up with new approaches. The parents came to me and asked, can we get an injunction against artificial intelligence, restraining AI from misguiding my child? I said the answer is a crystal clear no. Why? Because India doesn't have a law on AI yet. And what is known as misguiding? What is misguiding according to you may not be misguiding according to AI. AI has been set with certain rules. So yes, it's not going to come up and deal with or give you answers to illegal questions. But if it's just questions, okay, how can I shall reduce the reputation of my parent? Well, that appears to be even normal in a lot of Western countries. So we will not be able to get legal injunction there. And injunction where? Which company? You stop one company, you go to this next company. Once the problem is, once the blood has come onto the tongue, the people are not shying away. They will come up with new methodologies to go to new AI models. So therefore, that's not possible. We regret it. But that taught me thinking that, look, I thought AI was only being used for cyber criminals. But now genuine, legitimate, legal, civilian people have begun to start using AI for methods which are completely insignificant or completely not yet known.